Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in. You are eating or listening? Both? So food for your body and food for your mind together, inshallah. Let us start. My name is Ammar, and today, inshallah, we will speak about how to become rich. All of you want to become rich?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? In a halal way. Very good. What is the meaning of halal way? Yes?
Without the use of interest.
Very good. Without use of interest and
Taking loans.
without taking loans. And very good. So what is allowed for us in Islam? Right? So there is a very good dua in Quran. What is that dua? Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirah. So we want to become rich. We want to become rich in a sense. We want to earn money in a halal way. What is halal? Halal is something that is allowed in Islam. Very good point. Now, Islam is a very beautiful religion. Islam? Very beautiful. Islamic law. What is Islamic law called as? Sharia. Very good. Sharia is also one of the best legal systems in the world. Right? Not just we believe because we are Muslims, but also otherwise. If you look at how Sharia law has been structured. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to make life easy for us. You know what did He say? What did Sharia say? Sharia says that a human being, me, you, we have two aspects of our life. How many? One is we call as Ibadat. Yes or no? What is Ibadat? Worship. Who is my creator? How do I call him? How many times do I pray? Yes or no? This is Ibadat. What is the other aspect of our life? One is Ibadat. What is the other? Muamalat. What is it? What is Muamalat?
Good deeds.
Okay.
Back to society.
Very good. So anything other than Ibadat. Anything other than Ibadat is called Muamalat. Right? How many Ibadat we have in Islam? What are they?
Salah, Zakat.
Salah, Zakat, Hajj, and Sawm, right? So we say 5, but these are 5. Buni al-Islam ala khamsin, right? But the Ibadat are technically how many? 4 fara'id. We pray, we fast, we give zakah or charity, and we go to Hajj, right? Other than these 4, everything else is what we call as Muamalat. Are you with me? Now the beauty of Sharia starts here. Sharia law says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you read Quran, when you read the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which are the sources of Sharia. Where do we get Sharia from? So in this Muamalat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed everything for us. They say in Arabic that in Muamalat, in transactions, in things that we do as human beings, everything is permissible for you except a few things you have to be mindful of. Right? Why is this rahmah? Why is this good for us? Why did I say Sharia is a blessing for us? Because all legal systems in the world, you see, they give you law in a positive sense. Positive sense means do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Sharia does not say that. Sharia says do everything. Inna ardi wasi'ah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this earth. You want to become rich, the richest man? Yes, you can become. You want to become the most successful scientist? You can become. You want to go to Mars? You can go. You want to invent any new thing? Yes, you can do. So there is no limit in Islam for what a human mind can do. However, we have to be mindful of certain things. What are those things called? Those things are called muharramat. What do we say? Muharramat. Clear? So this is a fundamental thing you have to remember. Now, how is it relevant to the money? You will ask. How is it relevant to the money? So all of you said we want to become rich. Yes or no? How do we become rich? You answered that in a halal way. And what is halal?
Whatever is permissible for us in Islam.
Thank you very much. Whatever is. So, become rich in a halal way. Let's see what is permissible for us. Yes or no? So the first important point here is, when you deal with money, okay, what is money? Anyone can say what is money? How do you define money? Money is used for exchange and transactions. Very good. And? Money?
Everyone needs money to buy something.
To buy something. How do you define money?
Currency. A form of
Currency. What is currency?
value.
A form of value. Very good.
Exchanging goods
For exchanging good. Very good.
and services.
So this answer is very close. So money, the way we define money is, it's a medium of exchange. What do we say? Medium of exchange. It's a store of value. What do we say? Store of value. It stores value in it. And it is something which is commonly accepted. When I say commonly accepted, it means the public at large. Everyone accepts this. So when you look at the economic definition of money, what do they say? Store of value, medium of exchange, and commonly accepted. Now, what is the money? If you go to old times, maybe 400 years back, how people used to trade? Barter system. What is barter system? So I am a farmer, I am growing rice, right? I take my rice to someone who will have sheep. I give him rice and I take mutton from him. Correct? However, as human civilization developed, they started using some reference point. Silver coins. So it's money is nothing but, I don't want to take you deep into it, it's just a reference point. Right? Because nowadays, mashallah, all of you are young, we don't even keep money in our pocket. Do we keep money in our pocket?
Yes.
Very, very rarely. Everywhere you go, you pay, not even card now, you can digitally pay. So where is this money? Are you seeing the money?
No.
It's just a number. Yes or no? So basically, you will inshallah understand when you grow and when you read more and more, money is nothing but an accounting, a number that is assigned to you. Clear? Currency is nothing but a number that is assigned to you. Now, in this currency, what is the role? What does Sharia guide us? What is halal? How can we become rich in this? Yes? So, like everything, Sharia or Islam, our deen has guided us in all aspects. We cannot say, for example, what will happen? You go out and speak to others, people who don't believe in Islam. You know what they say? What do they say? Oh, your deen, your religion, keep it in the masjid. When you come out, what do you do when you come out? Man is a social animal. Let's do whatever we want to do. Islam says, no, no, no. Your Allah, your God is your God in the masjid as well as your God in the dunya. So we want to know what is that which is allowed for us in money. Okay? So the first principle you have to remember in money is, we as the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do we own the money that we have? Who owns it?
Poor. The rightful poor.
Okay. Huh? The government. What is the right answer? For example, let me give you an example. Mathalan, you have in your neighborhood a rich man. Okay? He is having a lot of money in his bank account. He has 4 or 5 homes. And Bismillah, he passed away. Okay? He dies. What happens to his money?
Inheritance.
Inherited. Does he take the money with him in his grave?
But then he do it to his like kids or something.
Huh?
His kids can use it.
His kids can use it. What does it mean? What is the lesson here?
Money is not valuable. Money is only valuable in dunya.
Okay, and
The money is not yours, it's Allah's. The money is not
again,
yours, it's Allah's.
louder.
The money is not yours, it's Allah's.
The money or the resources, not just money, the resources we have, we feel it is mine. You know, this phone I feel is mine, my phone. But technically it's not mine, because once I die, my children, will they keep this phone with me in my grave? They say, oh father, you are a good person, but money is not yours. Yes or no? This gives rise to a very important concept in Islam. What is that concept? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us as a Khalifa. What is the meaning of Khalifa?
The Islamic ruler.
A leader.
It's also one of the meanings. وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. You have heard this verse? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created human beings as a representative on this earth. What does it mean? Let me give you an example. Mathalan, this is holiday time, right? Huh? So some of you may go to your country. Before going to your country, you call your friend and say, Ahmed, I have something, like my bicycle. Till I come back, can you keep it with you? Right? Or your video game or your PlayStation or anything. Yes or no? Sometimes you do that. Now when you give this to Ahmed and you go home, country, and when you come back, what do you do when you come back? Very good. And if something happens, maybe the tire is punctured, the brake is broken, what do you do? You question him. What is the meaning of that question? What happened? Why did you break it? I give this to you in trust. Similarly, our life, what is the resources that I have? The car I drive, the money, the clothes I wear, the money I have in my pocket, whatever I earn, is it all mine?
No.
We are only here as custodians. You know the meaning of custodian? We are just having this in trust given to us for the time we are alive. So I am born and I will die 65, 70, 80, 85, maybe century, but I have to die. So in this span of time, this wealth, you getting rich, what is the main concept of Islam? You will be held accountable. How did you earn this wealth? Where did you spend it? This is not yours. That's why in Quran when you read, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always says, وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ. What is the meaning of this? Give from the wealth that we have given you. It's not that you become rich by yourself. So the first concept in money is what? The resources are given to all of us as one gift, but to take care of that. And to take care of it as if it is with us and we are answerable for it. So resources don't belong to human beings. Resources belong to whom? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to have this concept of Amanah, that I am answerable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All resources I have, I will be held accountable. Yes or no? So first thing, you want to become rich, you want to earn money. What is the first rule? All of the wealth that is coming to me is not mine. It is Allah's money. It is the Creator's money. And you can see it. You die, finish. Clear? So resources are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that will also strengthen your iman, your belief. You will not die to, you will not, catch him and steal money. Because it's not your money. Money will come to you if it is yours. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has willed it for you. So there is no need to harm people. There is no need to harm anyone to earn money. This is the first rule that we have to remember. Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yes.
All of you are following?
Yes.
The youngest one also. Second point. Any questions? Please ask me. If you don't understand anything, if you want anything to be clarified, please let me know. The second point is our Sharia, the Islamic law. Sharia is what? Islamic law. Gives us very important guidelines on how to deal in money. Okay? These guidelines are, the first guideline in this is, when you deal in money, avoid, what is the first guideline? When you deal in money, avoid what? Interest. What is interest?
Getting extra money from the bank. Like getting extra money, like when you have a certain amount of money you're getting from the bank, you're getting extra.
Okay. But extra money you can get from business also, no? For example, I run a business, I become a partner, I get extra money. Yes or no? Yes.
Like for example, you give your friend 100 dirhams and you say, give it back to me in 2 weeks. And he doesn't give it back to you in 2 weeks. And so then you say, if you don't give it to me by the 3rd week, I will charge you an extra 50. So then that 50 is interest.
Everyone give a... Thank you very much. Very good definition of interest. What is interest? If you lend money, what do? You lend money. So you become a lender, right? And the person who's taking the money becomes what? Borrower, right? You borrow money. So what was the point here? In lending and borrowing. If you lend money and your borrower has to give you back, yes or no? In this lending and borrowing, if you tell your borrower, please give me 1 dirham extra, or please give me 5 dirhams extra when you return back, this extra is called interest. But be careful here. What did I say? The example, lending and borrowing. Yes or no? So when you lend money, yes.
So, can't it be a service charge?
Very good point. Can't it be a service charge? Okay, we will come to this point. But everyone is clear?
Yes, sir.
Lending and borrowing. This is one interest. Now second, there is another form of interest. What is that interest?
Annum. The longer time, according to the time period.
That is covered, no, already. So this example, the other type of interest is, for example, you go to a grocery store. How much time we have? So we'll finish by 11, inshallah. I think you have to. So there is other form of interest. What is that? For example, you go to a grocery store, a bakala. You all go to Bakala, right? And you buy something. Okay? You buy some ice creams and chocolates and you have to pay him 50 dirhams. Yes or no? When you have to pay him 50 dirhams, he says, okay, no problem. Mr. Ahmed, you can pay me after 15 days. He did not lend you money. Did he lend you money? No. He just sold you something. Now this 50 dirhams, when you come back after 1 week and say, you know what, I don't have money to pay now. Because, my salary did not come. My father did not give me pocket money. Huh? Excuses. He says, okay, no problem. You cannot pay today, pay me next week, but I will charge you more. It will become 50. Yeah, thank you very much. So any debt, debt? Yes. The meaning of debt? Any debt when it is increased, this also becomes interest. So in the matters of money, we all have to avoid what? Interest. No interest. Then how will we change, how will we deal in money? You will say, right, we want to do business. You see big companies here, Lulu and, do you know what is a stock exchange?
Yes.
Maybe the bigger ones know, right? So how do people then make money? How do they, so what are the ways and means of doing that? Yes?
Wait, so I have a question on the previous thing, what were you talking about, interest borrowing?
Uh-huh.
I had a question.
Yes, please.
Like, sir, like about your example, like about the ice cream vending thing. If you, like, if he asks for extra money, like if it's earlier was 50 and now you have to pay him 60 later, do you only pay the 50 or you have to also, do you only pay the one that he, earlier price? Or
Yes.
But
Yes.
if he still says that,
You should not deal with him. You should say, I cannot, if he keeps this condition that you pay me today 50, pay me tomorrow 60, say, no, this is interest, I cannot deal with you. I cannot buy it from your shop.
but do you still have to pay him back? You still have to pay him back, right?
Yeah, but then you should not deal with him in the first place. Yes or no? If you know someone is doing that with you, you say, please, this is not halal. This is not permissible that you increase the debt if I am not able to pay. Clear?
Zaim has a question.
Yes.
What if the day you're paying 50, on the day itself you ask, no, give me 60 now. What do you do then? He says because you paid it later.
He says on the day.
On the day itself.
No. So this is an example now. You see in the market you have something called, when you go to shopping centers, you say buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
You see? Have you seen it?
It has
Huh?
terms and conditions.
Read the terms and conditions. So that's why I'm saying, I'm just teaching you the principles. How these are applied, who will see it?
Us.
MashaAllah, you are grown up, na? You can think. You can decide for yourself. Okay?
So these days, like most of the banks compulsorily give you interest, especially in India and other countries. So like the money in the account, you'll get the interest on that. So now you can't avoid the interest in that case. So what do you do with the extra interest money?
Yeah. Do you want to answer this? Yes.
So for example, you borrow money from the bank.
No, the question is opposite. So the question is, if you are in a country where you don't have banks giving you the options of investing in a halal way,
In India.
like in India, for example. Okay, what do?
They give it charity, the extra money. You just give the extra money as charity.
Create a bank like that.
So what do you do?
The difference of the interest that's coming.
Yes. So the scholars, the ulama, they have said, because it is, you cannot keep money under the mattress. Can you keep money under the bed? Maybe, something insects will. So what do you have to do? You have to go to the bank. Yes or no? But when you go to the bank, if the bank is not halal bank, it's not doing business or it's not doing deposits in a Sharia compliant way, you say, okay, no problem, I am in necessity now. Okay, it's important for me to use it, your service, but whatever in the name of interest you give me, I take it and I donate it to charity. So this is the thing that you have to do. Clear? Yes.
How do you do that? How is that possible? Because isn't that money from interest haram money? So how can you give it to charity?
You are right. So, but then if you keep it in the bank, what will the bank do with that money? Because it will increase. For example, you put 100,000 in the bank. After 6 months in India, for example, it will become 105. Right? What do you do with the 5? So you say, I don't want the 5. It's not for me. I just take it out and give it to someone. Okay? So this is interest. This is the first one. So any form of interest in any of the dealings in money is not permissible under. So it is not halal. Our Sharia does not accept interest as something which is permissible. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Second point. And after that we will, inshallah, conclude. And if, I think, mashallah, you are all, some of you are grown up here. You can access internet, you can access, various sources. What I will recommend is go and search what is Sharia compliant way of doing business, what is Sharia compliant way of doing banking. All of those things you have to read. Second is, there are other principles in which Sharia gives us when you do trade, when you do business, when you do activities. So there are a lot of things. First is, I'll quickly, highlight a few. The first is the principle of transparency. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was passing through a market once, and a seller, a person, he was selling wheat. You know wheat? Right? So he put his hand in the wheat and he noticed that the wheat inside was wet. What is the meaning of that?
Increase the weight.
If the wheat is wet, what will happen? Yeah, because of water. When you weigh it, it will become heavier. Yes or no? So you buy 1 kg, maybe it is. So Rasulullah said, no, this is not allowed. If it is wet, you display it properly. You don't hide the defects. You don't conceal things. So when you are doing business, what is the rule of this? You want to become rich, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you do business to become rich, when you do work, you should not conceal, you should not hide. Yes or no? So this is an ethical principle that Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and our Sharia gave us, that do not hide the defects. Clear? And there are a lot of others. For example, our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that when you don't own anything, don't sell. What is the meaning of that?
Like, you have someone else's property and you sell that.
That is one. And second is, for example, this phone belongs to me. What is the proof that I have bought it first? Right? The receipt. Then you sell it after you buy it. Nowadays, when you see people trading, they trade something in thin air, speculation. So all of those speculation is not allowed under Sharia. Third is, Sharia does not allow unearned money. What is unearned money? Let me give you an example and we will finish with that. Let's say all of us together in this room. I say, okay, everyone give me 1 dirham. So I collect, 30, 50 dirhams. Okay? Then what we do? We say, okay, on a piece of paper, all of you write your names. So I have how many names now? 40, 50 names, and I have 50 dirhams. Right? Then I say, okay, please come, pick one name. I pick one name and say, oh, Zaid. Zaid, you take all the money. This is called, what is it called? Is it called gambling or? It's lottery. Right? Lottery. So lottery, gambling is all called as game of chance. You know game of chance? You win by chance. You don't win by working. You win by chance. So this is also impermissible. Innamal khamru wal maisiru wal ansabu wal azlamu rijsum min amali shaitan. Quran says that all this lottery, gambling, casinos, this draws. You hear this, no? Lucky draw. All of these, if it is money based, it is not permissible. Why? Because this is game of chance. Clear? Now, to conclude, yes.
Suppose everyone puts up their names and everyone contributes even 500, 500, 500, and suppose every month everyone contributes and there's one person who really needs it, then is it permissible for all of them to give? And then in a way you're paying back each month, right? Because everyone keeps giving and
Self-help groups.
That is fine because there is no winning or losing. So we are contributing today. So this month, so we have 50 months, right? First month, Zaid will take. Second month, Bakar will take. Third month, Khalid will take. Fourth month, Ahmed will take. But all of us are contributing to that. Okay, that is allowed. But what I was referring to is pure lottery. You know lottery? In some countries, this lottery is very common. People get mad after the lotteries. You hear in news, no? Oh, he win 1 million, he win 10 million. What is this? Lotteries. Game of chance. Yes.
Also, sometimes when you win the lottery, people come for you. They don't, they're jealous that you won it, so then they come and they hire people to attack you.
Maybe. See? That is also. But that can happen to rich people also. So that is. So now, finally, to conclude, our religion, Islam, first thing we have to understand is it teaches us ethics and principles which we call as haram and halal, permissible and impermissible across all aspects of our life, which includes dealing in money, financial transactions. So in financial transactions, what do we have to do? First, understand that all the resources that I have is from whom? And I am accountable for that. The way I earn, the way I spend. Where did I spend? What did I do with the money? Did I give my zakah? Did I give my charity? Zakah, what is zakah? Zakah is if you have a wealth beyond a particular threshold and it stays with you for more than a year, then you pay 2.5% as zakah. You give it in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right?
Expense from it. If you're going to spend that, then an expense.
So there is a way of, so I'm not going through the details of calculation. Yes, there is a way of calculating it and paying it. Clear? So, Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much. I hope you will keep this lesson and try to learn and build on these principles, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.